very interesting ID framework and also another very new library which I just came across a few months back and actually gave me a lot of freshness into the Android development aspect. So, as you see, the framework or the set of keywords or the ID, that part of it is the processing, which is most people might have used it for the other set of development like Java and JavaScript. The processing does support Android over the last few years. And Ketai is the library that I'm going to be focusing more on, which is a library that actually is a higher level library which abstracts out most of the boilerplate coding that we typically do for Android and gives all those basic high-end features, if you want to call it, that are on enterprise systems, like your camera, your accelerometer, or your 2D graphics, those kind of, or your NFC, Wi-Fi, all those communication stuff. It makes it very easy to develop those side of those dimensions of Android development, not just a typical list view or parsing a JSON, which we all do in our typical enterprise applications. So the focus is predominantly on two-dimensional applications, working with camera, working with Wi-Fi sensors and all that stuff. I'll just move on, you guys probably most of the logo are already self-explanatory, and the one that as the left bottom is the book that is actually written by the person who's the guy who's the open source developer of Ketai. The Android developer. By the way, I'm Sriram, I work with ThoughtWorks. I'm a developer, work across multiple platforms, and recently I've been into a lot of mobile development. I do a lot of iOS development as well, and not much into the cross-platform as yet. So, predominantly the agenda is going to be this, as I was explaining, just walk through about the processing, and see how simple things are when you have to draw basic 2D stuff. And also, you can still write a basic, processing does support Java, so does Ketai, so you can actually write Java code on top, plus the script that actually you would be writing as well. And also the OOP touch of it, and most of the other features of Ketai, some of them I'm touching on. We probably will need a lot more time to run through all the libraries support. And there are references now to the slide in the asking section. So the library, how we can use basic gestures, how simple they are, a couple of lines of code and you have your gesture up and running on your apps. So we'll see all that. Yeah, I'm probably not able to do the Wi-Fi. I may not do the Wi-Fi networking demo because my laptop for some reason is not connected to the Wi-Fi. We've been trying it for 1 day, yeah. So what is processing? Yeah, that's actually a open source programming language and environment which is doubles with multiple levels in Java and development. You can do all your images, animations, and interactions in a few lines of code, very simple. And yes, there are few difficulties when it comes to the actual installation part of it with your wiring it up with the Android SDK and the AVD. But yeah, there are enough installation documents that are available in the processing that you can run. I'll just start with my words. Very basic, very straightforward, self-explanatory code. So to see this, if you run it, so a couple of other inputs on this is this is precisely called a sketch in the processing world. This is precisely called a sketch in the processing world. No need for classes, no need for any wrappers, no need for any action listeners or any of those kind of things. You can just write this and you can see the app running on your device or on your device. Device connected right now. So you can see the log. basic 2D as well. Like lines, triangles, ellipse, or any basic. Show on the device. You can actually do like you can write classes, you can write objects, you can write behaviors around it as well. It's just not important. You can actually do that. Or this is example. You can draw them. This part is like if you like to if you write line, you can start writing a line. Also processing has another feature for it which you can export this straight away as an Android project. You can actually have your like export or you can generate. Maybe we are provide you with this. Typical Android project. These are simple processes for you. So, it's on one file, you can also write multiple files. Here, like, we have declared a basic class and the positions of it. Just when run this, it's going to show like rectangles moving on the screen, and like you can basically have behaviors like drive on display, which will do the basic movement and as well the display, which is the rectangle with its color in the background. Like this is the sketching part of it. This is the background color, drive the car and display it. It's not taking it around this particular sketch, which will show you like a rectangle moving on the screen. So this is pretty much just like an overview of what processing can do for you on your like just two lines of code and basic structures around it. Like you can write all your standard like whatever you write on a day on a standard Android you can put on inside of it. You can do that using it to also define how the data structures and data types. What is the status? Now I'll move into the next main topic of the section, which is the data library. So typically using processing, you can actually, so the processing is a platform which allows you to install like other libraries. You can go here, data coding library, or any of those kind of libraries which are actually written for specifically for processing that you can use. So Ketai is one of those libraries that actually, the way Daniel has coded on his website is like, it is an open source library built on the processing platform, written in Java for hardware devices and sensors, and all the other aspects like the Wi-Fi communication. So this needs to be installed through the Ketai library, or you can also download the zip file, the archive, and copy it to the typically in Mac. The processing gets installed in your documents. Data level, you can download this copy processing and start with. hardware devices and most of the variants of Android, but yes, since processing has this limitation of it's 2.3.3 as an Android, as well, like, when you have your SDK, you need to have, like, as well, really on your, there is some of the limitations that actually processing platform also define. So the movement of the rectangles that we saw, we can actually take that to the next level where, like, we can add gestures by, like, double tapping or tapping, and rectangles start moving. So these are straightforward callback functions, like, tab, double tap, down press, like, these are all, like, just callback functions that you write as part of your sketch. Then you should be able to wire them up, like, whatever you want to do inside. So, talk about the features. Same files, those are pressing enable, like, tab, double tap here. I just added like, actually, straightforward. This is again a log statement that you can print a little standard Java. You see that here also. So we run this. I have all these actually running on the device for running. See this? Yeah. See this? Now I just do a double tap on this. Start moving faster as a tapper. Just start moving faster, and you can start doing single tap already. And the best part is you see, like, that's what the objective was, like, it was trying to get this. See the code? The best part is you see the code is like, it's straightforward. Now you can see the logic. This part is, like, I'm sure, like, we write this in plain Android, it's going to take a lot more time in building this. Like, it's just eliminates most of the boilerplate code that we have to do. We can start doing all of our prototyping predominantly, even if we don't do the apps. In some cases where we have to do prototyping, we can do this very fast. We cover other features, software, like, you can actually have all the other ones, like in long press, like pinch, all those other events. So surface touch event is the one that actually binds it, which is the layer that binds Ketai with the processing layer, processing code running on top. So you have to implement that surface touch event to bind it to the backwards. But location is the other support, like, you should see this, like, it's very straightforward. Location class, and basically you have the current location of the relevant. So this is your for the camera and also the accelerator from the. Like there are a lot of samples that are available in Ketai as custom processing that you can look up. Though there is not enough API down. If you see this, we have here. So it says 1.38 kilometers. If you can read it, maybe. And the other example. So this is like a program which is like you can just move the circle anywhere based on the actual positions. The best part of this is like controllers how it is. So these are all the mostly around the painting and the text around it. Here like just have non-exported data. Used to have painter. And the last is the camera. So this is the camera again. So you can actually tap it. Again, it says a photo to it, again you like a photo. It should have saved this photo to the gallery. So and again, pretty much like we saw how the single tab was. This is going to be very similar to that. Again, just have a save photo will save it and using the file and using the import file. That's pretty much is what I can do right now. It's not good. I mean, my next steps. These are some of the references which are like this on the slide which is shared. And, next step for me I'm going to be building. I have started building a couple of apps using these, which are more client heavy, not enterprise apps, which are back to server comment. These are more predominantly games, some other application-based application. So I've started doing it and I'm going to start actively contributing for Ketai as well. Thank you. Patience.
Suppose I'm already using APIs and can I apply this because recently I use Java library. Is the possibility that I can use the API development and use
Sorry, I didn't get the last part.
No, I said that I have already used APIs.
Yes.
This ID. I want to use the library and Ketai as a library can I use.
Yeah, so one of the bigger limitations of processing in itself is it doesn't have some of the cool features that we typically come across in IntelliJ or Eclipse or even for that matter Xcode. Yeah, Xcode. So we have those, but they are working on a plugin for Eclipse, like a processing piece building a plugin for Eclipse, which you can just set it up and you should be able to build it with all the basic features. But the language side of it, it supports Java. So there shouldn't be any difficulty in just writing them.
The question is that Ketai can use as a library because the high level giving me APIs to directly access these devices. Can I use them in a regular Android development and use those APIs to access either Bluetooth or camera and build integrate my
should be possible because it's written in Java in the first place. And but I haven't explored that part of sandwiching these two categories. So that part I haven't explored. Maybe it should be possible because they are pretty much.
answer the last question. The process compiler is transform. The process compiler is relatively simple to, if you look at the generated Java from processing, it's relatively easy just to get rid of flows to add public and wrapping class. So it's quite easy to run with it. It's just extra.
So I've read that part, but I would actually also open like that's what.
So a quick question. Is from what I can see, Ketai is a library for processing. It's not built on top of processing. It's just a library.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. It was.
It's written okay. It is written out in Java completely. So you can just see that. Yeah. Also, yeah.
Cool.